Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Here we are with our injury report update from going from week 10 to week 11. Olin is questionable this week with his dislocated elbow. We have Deo still out with his broken collarbone for 3 more weeks for Cincinnati. For Buffalo, you've got JP Lossman still out for 2 weeks with his PCL sprain. You have Robert Royal being doubtful with his dislocated elbow. Although just pop that thing into place, maybe he'll be ready for the game. Because Buffalo needs a win at 0-9. But hey, Aaron Schobel's probable coming back from his broken hand, so maybe some defense will help you finally get that first win of the year. Denver, no injuries for them. Cleveland, no injuries. For Tampa Bay, Jeff Garcia, he's questionable this week from his groin tear to be able to try to right the ship for a playoff push. Meanwhile, you still got Cato June out for 4 weeks with an abdominal tear. Cardinals, you have Eric Green out with back spasms for at least 1 more week. Levi Brown is at least probable with his foot stress fracture. You got Kendrick Clancy out with a sprained wrist for at least 2 more weeks. Mike Yandy still out for 3 weeks with a broken tailbone. And of course, you've got Adrian Wilson, who's been on here since the beginning of the injury report updates. And Darnell Dockett out for the year. Chargers, no injuries. Chiefs, Trent Green is now questionable with a partially torn ACL. Meanwhile, Dustin Colquitt still has at least a week left to recover from his broken tibia. On to the Colts. The Colts, Tarek Glenn still, he was out for the rest of the season already, so. Meanwhile, you got Mark Colombo being questionable with a PCL sprain. And you have Kyle Kosher out for 4 more weeks with a broken tailbone. Dolphins, no new injuries for them. At least, you got Mike Rosenthal still out with the broken fibula. You have Jason Taylor out with his abdominal tear. And the straw that probably originally broke the camel's back, Ronnie Brown being out for the season with the ruptured disc. Yeah, and that's probably what's been hurting Miami the most, just because he was a key part of their offense, and then he's out for the year. Explains why the Dolphins haven't been so good during the second half of the first half of the season. Well, the second quarter of the season. Eagles, no injuries for them. Falcons, you got a couple of new ones. Warwick Dunn's got hip bursitis. He's out for 2 more weeks. And you've got Yandy down here. Wayne Yandy out for 4 weeks with a torn pectoral. And Lawyer Malloy is doubtful this week with the broken wrist. So there's that. San Francisco, no new injuries for them. The Giants, no injuries at all. Jacksonville, no injuries at all. And then the Jets, CJ Mosley still. Yeah, he was out already with the partially torn ACL. The Lions, new guy here in George Foster, abdominal tear for 6 weeks. Meanwhile, you still got Barry right here. No new injuries for the Packers, but at least for this week, you've got Scott Wells coming back. Probably. He's listed as probable. For the Panthers, you have D'Angelo Williams coming back this week with his bruised shoulder as a probable starter. But you've lost Travell Wharton for 3 years with a strained quad. Patriots, nobody new for them. You still got Dante Stallworth, but he's going to be probable this week. Adalius Thomas is still out with his foot stress fracture, and Kelly Washington still out with his broken ribs. The Raiders, Cooper Carlisle still out with his dislocated elbow. Andy McCollum's now out for St. Louis with a hip pointer. but it's questionable if they're going to get OJ back this week from his strained quad. Meanwhile, it's doubtful for Brandon to return from his torn shoulder this week, so he'll probably be on here for a couple more weeks. Ravens, no new injuries because Terrell was here last week with his high ankle sprain. But hey, Jason Brown's at least questionable for this week, so there's that. Nobody injured for Washington. Saints, Kevin still out for at least a week. The Seahawks are probably getting Chris Spencer back from his bruised shoulder. The Steelers, no new injuries, but I'm still debating on whether to put Max Starks on the IR because the reason why is because 9 weeks from now is the conference championship game, and it's probably going to be doubtful he's actually going to play in it too, so I'm tempted to just put him on IR just for the rest of the year because we're past the halfway point of me questioning if it's a smart move to put him on the injuries or to put him on the IR or not. But I'll continue to think about it, ponder it, and I'll probably update y'all in the next injury video if I do. Meanwhile, for the next team, the Texans, Andre Johnson still has the strained Achilles. He's out for at least one more week. And, like, this dude, I need to find a way to get him out of Houston because, as you can look at his stats, 23 receptions, 274 yards. Now, yeah, he's been out for a couple of weeks with his strained Achilles. And no touchdowns. Like, how do you not throw it to this man? A man who is 6'2", 221 pounds, 95 speed, 89 catching, 85 awareness. Like, how do you not throw it to this man, Houston, you know? And he's got a jump rating of 96. So how are you not throwing it to this man and having him score touchdowns? Yeah. Like, when he's off this injury, I'm trading him to some team that might actually use him because he is being absolutely wasted in Houston, just like how in real life they wasted the career of J.J. Watt, never brought him a Super Bowl, never even brought him to a conference championship. Like, I think DeAndre Hopkins got a Super Bowl ring with the Chiefs in 2024. But that's a different story altogether. Meanwhile, Tennessee Titans finally do have an injury. I hate to say that because I user the Titans. But Kyle Vanden Bosch is out for 2 more weeks with a sprained elbow. And, I mean, it's a bit of a blow for the team because I think it's been his best tackling year yet. Yeah, his best tackling year yet. Also, he's been on the Titans since 2005, and yet they still have him in the red Cardinals jersey in the picture. I know when I'm not playing, I talk about how some of the in MLB The Show 21 that they use like the same picture for the person, even though they hadn't played on that team in years. But talk about laziness, you know. And this has easily been his biggest year yet. I mean, 76 tackles, 27 sacks, a couple of big hits, a couple pass deflections, forced a couple of fumbles, recovered a couple of fumbles. You know, so he's been pretty good this year for Tennessee. Sucks not to have him on the other side of Kyle Allen for a little bit, but yeah, it's just football. And to round things out, Minnesota, no injuries for them. And that is it for the injury report, and I will see you all next time.